Hello everyone, welcome back to another Final Fantasy XIV video. In the last video, we finally took down Garuda. Bad news, we weren't the ones that took down Garuda. Gaius Van Belsar made a surprise appearance where we were at after we fought Garuda and took down not only Garuda, but as also Titan and Ifrit. You see, after we beat Garuda, she decided to force the captive Amalja and Kobolds to summon their primals, and in turn, she was going to, enthrall them and just, tear shit up. Then the Empire shows up, more specifically, Gaius, and he brings a new toy. That new toy proceeds to wreck the ever-living shit out of Titan, Ifrit, and Garuda. So now we have a new problem on our hands. While we no longer need to deal with any threats from the primals due to the fact that Gaius's new weapon is just gonna mop the floor with any primals that do get summoned, we need to figure out how to actually destroy it because that thing is actually going to be more dangerous than any primal. So we're about to figure that out, but first, Alphino suggests that we start rebuilding the Scions, so let's see what he has in mind. It is past time that we return to the Waking Sands. To leave our headquarters in disrepair any longer would be to dishonor the memory of those who fell there. We have been brought to our knees, but we will rest, rebuild, and rise once more. So, we're going back to headquarters. It's definitely been a while. Also, I did go ahead and unlock a few new dungeons. They're not tied to the main story by any means, as far as I can remember, but it'll be something that I try to do the next time I decide to start up any new side quest videos, because Lord, I have a lot to go through. But as far as the side quest videos are concerned, I'll probably save the side quests for when I decide to unlock another class. Tell me, Jay, does aught here strike you as odd? I see signs of recent habitation. Could it be that we have trespassers? Mayhap it is just my imagination. Come, let us proceed into the Solar. Wait. Nice and slow. Who goes there? Now, Ida, is that any way to greet a friend? Alphino, Jay. Sid? Wait, is this a dream? Not that I'm aware of. It's been a while, Ida. I don't believe it. I was sure you'd been... This place has seen better days. I wasn't exactly here when... I was still in talks at the Adder's Nest. The first I knew about it was when I came back and I saw... Ida. The church had taken care of the bodies, but that still left the stains. It was hard to know where to start. If Ishtrola hadn't been here to help me... Ishtrola is here too? Yes, but she's not here right now. She's gone to Ul'dah to meet a man who might know what happened to the others. Papalymo and Minfilia weren't among the dead, according to the church. Ishtrola thinks they were taken somewhere. Upon the orders of the Black Wolf, no doubt. Why would he want them? Because they possess something he desires, knowledge of another power that can be brought to bear against the primals, one that Gaius has yet to harness. The Echo. Gaius will be aware of its existence, as well as the immunity it grants the gifted to the primal's influence. Powerful though his Allegan weapon may be, he would doubtless desire such protection. He means to use Minfilia to gain an understanding of the Echo. None of which explains how the Empire came to know the location of the Waking Sands in the first place. No matter, the Empire has shown its hand and now we must act. It is up to us to rebuild the Scions and save Eorzea. Can I count on you, Ida? What? Oh yes, yes of course, whatever you need. We can discuss our next move upon Y'shtola's return. For now, I say we rest. Oh heck yeah, we've been through a lot, we've done a lot.
Hear, feel, think.
What's up, Heidelin? Well, what's up and holy crap, what is that? What's all this?
Bringer of light. Brave gatherer of the crystals, thy soul burneth bright. I am Heidelin, all made one. Hearken unto me now, for the darkness doth begin to spread. Wear thee the bearer of the crimson brand, for he is the avatar of shadow, whom death attendeth always. The crystals shall be thy salvation, thy blade and shield both. Steel thyself, for at the appointed hour thou shalt stare into the heart of darkness. Go with caution, my child, but fear not, for I am ever with thee.
Y'shtola! Jay, I see you and Alphino are safe, and Sid. That we five should meet each other thus defies simple explanation. It is as if the benevolent hand of Master Louisoix guides us still. He would not see us undone so easily. Not now, when the need is so great. I know where Minfilia and the others are being held. Where? An Imperial stronghold in the heart of Mordona. Castrum Sentry. Go on, Y'shtola. The rescue of our allies will be no small undertaking, Jay. Even under normal circumstances, breaching the defenses of an Imperial castrum would be a highly dangerous proposition. But now that Castrum Sentry houses prisoners whom the Garleans deem valuable, we may be confident that they have taken additional measures to ensure the stronghold's security. If we are to free our friends, we will require an effective strategy, and if we are to formulate an effective strategy, we will require intelligence. I believe I know a man who may be able to assist us in this. Lord Portelaine of House Durandare. He is stationed at the Observatorium in Corthis. Let us go to him and beseech his aid. Oh, well, fancy that. I actually know of people in House Durandare. Let's see if I can get a favor out of them then. Well, let's warp. Yeah, just in this part of Corthis alone, I have a shit ton of side quests. So, when I decide to try out yet another class, and I get to around level 30 to 40-ish, I'll know where to start these side quests. Because, oh my god, it's so much. I mean, I could do them on this class, but I'm not going to get as much experience points because I would be over-leveled. And the rewards, honestly, wouldn't be worth it. However, if I do these on a new class and job, then it'll actually be worth it. Hello, Portelaine. You missed me, buddy? Ah, Jay, the man who unmasked the heretic in our midst. To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? You are an associate of Ixtola? But of course, Lord Drillamont confided to me that you were a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Castrum Century? What interest have you all in the Imperials? They hold several of our number, whom we intend to free. Any information you can provide would be greatly appreciated. I see. That might explain our scouts' reports. They observed 4 prisoners being led into the castrum, a Huron woman, an Elizan man, and 2 Lalafelds, 1 male and 1 female. It's them! It has to be! Minfilia, Urianje, Papilimo, and Tataru. If that scant morsel is of use to you, you may also be interested to hear about a more recent incident. Incident? An Imperial airship made an emergency landing here in Corthis not long ago. 2 men believed to be prisoners, a Rogadin and a Lalafell, were seen fleeing the craft. What did you say? A Rogadin and a Lalafell, Master Garland. Neither wore Imperial dress, and both seemed disinclined to wait for rescue, hence our assumption that they were prisoners. Well, I'll be damned. It's Biggs and Wedge. Trust those 2 rascals to escape. We must find them, Jay, and soon. The Imperials will not rest until they are captured or killed, and if Biggs were given the choice, I fear he'd take the latter. Freeing those held in Castrum Century will require substantial planning and preparation. As such, it is an endeavor that will admit some slight delay. The matter of the escapees, by contrast, will not. Shortly after the prisoners vacated the airship, our scouts observed Imperial troops setting off in pursuit. It is likely only a matter of time before they catch them. If you wish to see your comrades again, you had best act now. If, as has been suggested, the Guardians took our fellow science prisoner in hopes of understanding the Echo, it seems reasonable to assume that they will not be executed until such a time as their study is complete. But Biggs and Wedge are not scions, nor do they know aught of the Echo. As Lord Portelaine said, this may prove our only chance to rescue them. I say we seize it. Thank you, everyone. You won't regret this. Final preparations are almost complete, my lord. There stands the culmination of 5 long years of painstaking work. But all our efforts will be vindicated when the Emperor's vision becomes reality. At last, we have the power to purge this land of its false gods. We shall give the ignorant children of Eorzea the security and stability they so desperately crave, and which their spineless leaders have so palpably failed to provide. As you say, my lord, rest assured our engineers will not rest until the weapon is fully armed and operational. Ridderton, you depart for Casham Osidens at midnight. You will command the western front in Vilbrand. The Eorzeans will attempt to interfere with our plans. You will see that they do not. My lord, if this be your will, I shall carry it out to the best of my ability. I live only to serve the Empire. Yet, forgive my impudence, but is it proper to give command of half our forces to a... I have given you nothing, Praefectus. You have earned it. That will be all. Dismissed. Yes, my lord. My quarters, 1 hour. Oh my. My purpose here is to reconnoiter Garlean activity along Alabathia's spine. Owing to this, I have the honor of being acquainted with Ishtola. Now, the reports of the Imperial airship's emergency landing came to us by way of Zemail Darkhold, situated to the west. Our man stationed at the entrance, a knight named Brisalt, may be able to tell you more. So, as to expedite your mission, I shall furnish you with a letter of introduction. I pray that you will soon be reunited with your comrades. May the Fury grant you strength. Alright, we're getting somewhere. No, not that far at all. It's right here. Thank goodness my mount speed increased in this zone. A letter from Lord Portalane? So, you have come about the Imperial airship. According to our scouts, the vessel had scarce touched the ground when a pair of men, captives by all accounts, burst forth and bolted. Imperial soldiers have since been sighted in the area seeking to recapture them. What? The captives are like to be your friends, you say? Then let us pray that they are yet a step ahead of their pursuers. The emergency landing reportedly took place near the Aurum Vale, situated south and west of here. I suggest you take your search there. Seek out a knight named Piermont. He should be able to assist you. Alright, so south and west. So, alright, down this way. By the way, this dungeon that I just came from, well, the entrance to that dungeon I just came from, Zemail Darkhold, and the other spot we're headed to right now, which is the entrance to Aurum Vale, are the 2 dungeons that I unlocked off screen a few minutes ago. I'll try and get to those whenever I can. The Imperial airship? Aye, I sought approach to land with mine own 2 eyes. I hastened to the landing site, arriving just in time to see the vessel take to the skies again, but not before it had deployed a detachment of troops. Gruff orders were being barked, and there was an air of consternation about them. Oh crap! The Garleans who were deployed formed search parties and proceeded to scour the wilderness. In order to alert our forces, I returned to my post to find evidence that someone had been here in my absence. Whoever they were, they tried the door to no avail and decided to go elsewhere. In all, I marked 2 sets of footprints, one large and one small. If you search the area, mayhap you will be able to follow the prints to their owners. Did not mean to skip the first set of text, my apologies. Alright, so we have footprints that belong to Biggs and Wedge. So we're gonna follow the footprints and see where it leads. And as a matter of fact, I will probably meet up with you guys when we actually get to the end of this trail. So, give me a second. Alright, I think we come to the end of our little trail. And I think we might have found either Biggs or Wedge. We found Wedge. So cold. I want to go home. Hey there. Ah, please don't eat me. I'm not nearly as succulent as I look. It's all skin and bones underneath, I swear. Jay, it's you. Thank goodness you're here. It's been awful. The Garleans were snapping at our heels like a hungry pack of wolves. I was so hell-bent on evading them, I almost ran headlong into a monster's gaping maw. Thrice! And when I finally found cover, it hit me how cold and hungry I was. Biggs? He isn't here. He went off in a different direction to lure our pursuers away. It's me, Sid. Have you had any success? Tracked down Wedge? That's wonderful news. Now, what of Biggs? I see. Well, it hardly surprises me that the big fellow went off as he did. For all the tongue lashings he gives Wedge, he's always taken care of him. I've scoured the area surrounding the Darkhold, but I have nothing to show for it. At any rate, we know for a fact that Biggs headed west. With both Ida and Ishola helping out, I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Now then, I'll make my way over to your position while keeping an eye out for Biggs. If memory serves, there should be an Ishgardian fortification not far to your west. Monument Tower, I believe it's called. Let us meet there. There, I hope. Was that Master Garland you spoke with? Yep. After 5 long years, thank goodness he's alive. I'm feeling better now, Jay. Let's go to Monument Tower and wait for the chief to arrive. Alright, Monument Tower, where are you? Huh, all the way down there. Well met and welcome, adventurer. What brings you to this frozen corner of the realm? Oh, it would seem your companion has caught a chill. Come and warm yourself by the fire. I will bring you a hot broth. How are we feeling now, then? Stay here as long as you need. The same goes for you, friend. 'Tis plain you have a hard journey ahead of you. You must find rest when you can. I'm fine now, thanks to you, but I can't bear to think that Biggs is still all alone in the cold. He lured the enemy away for my sake, and now he's suffering for it. I hate to have to rely on you again, Jay, but do you think you could search for Biggs? I haven't the slightest notion where he might be at the moment, but maybe, just maybe, the people here have seen something. A Rogadan gentleman dressed in the same manner as your companion? I'm sorry, but he did not come by here. Let me think a moment. I would not raise your hopes unduly, but there is a cave situated a short distance to the south. We call it the Fury's Gaze, and it may be worth the while to investigate. I make this suggestion only because your friend seems like a selfless sort. Rather than drawing the enemy to this tower, mayhap he elected to pass us by. Wait, oh, alright, so just behind here. Jay, were you able to learn anything? Not in this area? Well, that stands to reason, I suppose, seeing as he was trying to lure the Guardians away from me. But where within this vast sea of snow and ice could he be? We can't give up, Jay. We must find Biggs before he succumbs to the cold or is recaptured. There must be someone in this tower who can help us, even if it's only to tell us where else to look. Ask them for me, ask anyone who'll listen, and hurry. Biggs' chance of survival grows slimmer by the moment. Alright, let me go ask around. Calm down. I'm sure he's fine. Your friend is lost in the wilderness, you say? If he's not to be found around here or in the vicinity of the Darkhold, it is possible he made for Whitebrim. To reach it, one must travel through Danafin Pass, the southern end of which lies to the north and east of here. While I make no guarantee that your search will bear fruit, it is surely better than worrying in idleness. I wish you luck. Oh, and one more thing. Do tread warily when climbing the stairs here. Not a moon ago, I near broke my neck when I slipped and took a tumble. Yeah, so I'm just gonna jump down. Wee-hee! I am okay. Alright, so open up the map. Alright, I can see where he might be at. Right here. No. No! Our orders are to take you back, dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Why don't you come and find out, Tinhead? Ah, Jay, it is well that you are here. The situation is grave. Biggs is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Ida has the right of it. He will perish if we delay. With me. He's not alone. Kill them all. Damn, there's definitely a lot. Jeez. Whew. My thanks. Another moment and I would have... He has been in the cold for too long. We must find shelter for him. Monument Tower, you say? Very well. Eda and I shall bear him there with all haste. Sid will be so happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. Oh, I love reunions. Cannot thank you enough, Jay. And the same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. We are a family, are we not? Well, yes, it's just, I didn't think I'd ever see him again. I owed a lot of you my life. And you saved Wedges too, Jay. I'm losing count of how many I owe you. Biggs, Wedge, gods, it's good to see the two of you again. Chief, it's you. It's really you. In our hearts, we knew you were still alive, but to finally see you in the flesh. When Alphino told me of the raid on the Waking Sands, I feared the worst. What happened? The enemy struck with nary a warning. We didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I were in the workshop when they came. Before we knew what was happening, the Imperials had us at gunpoint. It must have been awful. There's one thing I don't understand, though. How did the Guardians get there so fast? I mean, The immortal flames should have seen them coming, right? I myself have asked the same question. That day when I returned to the carnage of the waking sands, I noted naught amiss in the horizon, nothing at all to suggest the passing of an imperial force. From this, I conclude that the Guardians came neither by land nor by air. Nay, they were born there by potent teleportation magics of the kind used by the Asians. Carry on. We were bound and blindfolded and bundled into the cargo bay of a waiting airship. I can't rightly say how long we were aboard, but when the time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the midst of an imperial stronghold, Castrum Sentry. On arrival, we were marched off into the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into a detainment cell altogether, while Minfilia and the others were taken elsewhere. That was the last we heard from them. Castrum Sentry. What happened next? Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years, but was probably moons or maybe only weeks. And then, without warning, the Imperials collected the pair of us and put us on another vessel, which we found out was bound for Garlemald, much to our dread. We knew that if we were taken back there, we weren't like to leave again. So, risky though it was, we sabotaged the ship's altitude control and thereby forced an emergency landing. And in the midst of this ensuing chaos, we managed to slip our captors. The rest, as they say, is history. Ha! If I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel? That will have been Biggs's handiwork, like as not. You always were resourceful in a tight spot, my friend. Jay, thank you for returning my dear assistance to me. It would seem I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. There are still many questions in my mind, but the answers can wait. Minfilia and the others still want for rescue. Alright, you lot, Garland Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what for. Hurrah! Aw, that's nice. Biggs, Wedge, and Sid are all reunited. All that's left is to save the rest of our friends. Sid wants to oh, whoops. Actually, you know what? Yeah, screw it. Let's continue. Thanks to you, Biggs and Wedge are with us again. Now we must find a way to rescue Minfilia and the others. Gods know we've kept them waiting too long already. Based on what we've learned, I believe it's safe to say they're being held at Castrum Sentry. So let us convene at Revenant's Toll in Mordona. 'Tis as good a place as any to prepare, and better than most. The road leading east then south will get you there. When we arrive, let us seek the advice of the local adventurers. We're bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. Alright, so... alright. Down this way. Oh, and here we are. Let's interact with this so we have a new spot to teleport to. Well met, friend. What brings you to Revenant's Toll? Did I hear you rightly? Your friends are being held captive at Casham Century and you want to rescue them? I don't mean to discourage you, but that might prove difficult. The stronghold has been on high alert of late, with armed patrols seen about the perimeter around the clock. Not even a fly could get within 100 yalms of the walls undetected. If the Garleans were alerted to our coming, we cannot know what they will do to Minfilia and the others. We must act with the greatest stealth. Aye, it has to be good old-fashioned infiltration. But with security so tight, how are we going to smuggle ourselves in? Why, I've a mind to walk through the front door. Huh? The front door? Aye, we'll disguise ourselves as Imperial troops and march right in. For this, we'll need a few sets of Imperial uniforms, a suit of Magitech armor, and impeccable timing. Ha! That's a bold strategy, but it just might work. Where we are, there's certainly no shortage of opportunities to borrow the equipment. Knowing those Imperial bastards, they won't even suspect that we savage Eorzeans would think to use their technology. Then it's settled. If you're determined to go ahead with this, I'd recommend you speak with Glaumund. The fellow's got a personal grudge against the Empire and happens to know a deal about Castrum Century besides. I've no doubt that he'd want to be of aid. Ida and I shall go to reconnoiter Garlean activity at the stronghold. It would not do if something were to befall our comrades before we had the chance to act. Come and join us when you're ready, Jay. Let's do this. Sometimes I wonder, Ida, are there ever times when you are not enthused? I'm nothing if not enthused, Ishtola, and you're beginning to remind me of Papalymo. All right. Looking for Glaumund, are you? Well, you found him, whoever you are. You're looking to get inside Casham Century and you need my help? Heh, something tells me we're gonna get along just fine. And with that, this might be a bit of a shorter video. So, it's getting late where I'm at right now. I am tired, unfortunately, so I will pick this up hopefully tomorrow. So we got a bit of stuff done. We've reunited Sid with Biggs and Wedge. We met up with Ishtola and Ida. So I'd say, yeah, so far so good. We're in the process of a massive rescue mission to rescue Minfilia and the others. So we're definitely going to see how that goes. And there's going to be a lot of prep work involved with this too. So thank you all so much for watching. If you liked this video, please feel free to leave a, like, comment, and subscribe. And with that, I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.